Today topic is power of inquiry. So whenever we make inquiry, you know, so first of all we have to understand what is inquiry, and how important it is to inquire. And then third thing is that what to inquire and what not to inquire. So why should I inquire? What to inquire? And to whom we should inquire? You cannot inquire, make inquiry with everyone. No, you cannot go to a rickshawala and ask him theory of relativity. Hmm? Or you cannot go to a physicist and ask about raga, music notes. He may be expert in one field, but he may not be expert in other areas. Like suppose you all are in IIT, so you may be expert in science, technology, but you may not be expert in so many other fields like politics. Somebody may be expert in politics. You can ask him, you can inquire from him about politics, but you cannot inquire from a politician about music. So very important to choose from whom, what should we inquire, and that's called guru, coach. In modern language, you say coach. Without coach, you cannot be successful. Hmm? So these are the few things very very important. But first we understand what is inquiry and what to inquire and why to inquire. If you understand these principles, if you understand, this will help us, you know, a lot in our life. Can solve many many difficulties and challenges and problems which we are facing. Not moving slide. Just wait for few seconds. So the topics of discussion today is purpose of inquiring. You know, the three themes we are going to discuss. The first is purpose of inquiring. When we are inquiring, why should we inquire? What to inquire and why to inquire? And then second is two types of knowledge. And third is real happiness and satisfactions. You know? So let us discuss first purpose of inquiry. So inquiring, like many times we offer food, no, or you offer water to somebody who is not thirsty, or offer food to somebody who is not hungry. What will be the response? अगर कोई व्यक्ति प्यासा है तो आप उसको पानी पिलाओगे तो आपको क्या बोलेगा? थैंक यू, है कि नहीं? और कोई भूखा है उसको आप खाना दोगे तो क्या बोलेगा? थैंक यू सर, आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू यू, है ना? बट अगर कोई व्यक्ति भूखा नहीं है, पेट भरा हुआ है, उसको आप भोजन दीजिए लाके, बहुत टेस्टी भोजन, पिज्जा, क्या बोलेगा? व्हाट विल बी द रिस्पॉन्स? he will not he will not appreciate it, है कि नहीं? तो आप बोलो कि ये तो बहुत सिंपल चीज है, आप हमको क्यों बता रहे हैं? ये तो नेचुरल है कि जो भूखा नहीं है उसको खाना देंगे तो अप्रिशिएट नहीं करेगा, जो भूखा है उसको खाना दीजिए। उसी तरह से जो व्यक्ति ज्ञान का भूखा नहीं है उसको आप ज्ञान दीजिए, हैं? क्या होगा? ये उसी तरह से जैसे भैंस के आगे बीन बजाओ, भैंस करे पगुराई, हैं? Somebody goes and plays music in front of buffalo, he will not appreciate. So that, dear students, it's a very, very important message. Before we approach to acquire knowledge, we should have a deep thirst for knowledge. Why should I go for it? Oh, hunger has to be there. And what is that hunger? Hunger appears in front of inquiry, in the form of inquiry, question, isn't it? So if you don't ask question, then you'll never be able to understand the knowledge. That's why inquiry is very important. And sometimes we go to people to give lecture, then we ask, if you have any question, you have any doubt? No, sir, we don't have any doubt. Then why am I here for? Wasting my time? So, whenever we approach a guide, a teacher from whom we want to learn, how to approach? Gita, Krishna says, from Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, Lord Krishna says, what he says? Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानम ज्ञानिनास्तत्वदर्शिना. What Krishna says? Lord Krishna explains that how to inquire. How to inquire. He says, what is the process of inquiry? How to inquire, how not to inquire, how to approach a teacher and how not to approach a teacher. So this process of inquiry has two parties. If these two parties are not available, the process of inquiry will never take place. There are two parties. What is that? One side, there must be a very inquisitive student, and on the other side, there must be a qualified teacher, Tattvadarshi, who knows the subject matter, isn't it? Unless you have a teacher who is expert in the field from which you are going to ask the question, the process of inquiry will not complete. And also, even if you have a very potent teacher, but the student is like buffalo, student is like a buffalo. You play music in front of buffalo, and buffalo is, just chewing the food, no interest at all. It's just like talking to a dead stone. So what happens? Teachers gets discouraged, isn't it? Teacher has no energy like this, I am giving here seminar to all of you, but I cannot see all of you. Whether you are sleeping or sitting or hearing or not hearing, so it becomes very difficult. Of course, this is also a very good platform to share the knowledge. But I cannot see you, I cannot interact with you, I cannot see whether you are understanding or not. So it's just like an impersonal media, isn't it? Impersonal. So not a very, very healthy way of education. And you cannot provide education. See the problem, all the problems of the world, whether it is personal, individual problem, or it is a social problem, economic problem, political problem, global problem, whatever is the problem, whatever is the problem, the solution is only one. Only one solution of all the problem is what? In education. You can solve all the problems of the world only through the process of education. Education is the only solution. Dear students, we have to understand this very important point. Education is the only solution of the problem of the world. This is my personal understanding, which I have developed after so many years of spiritual practice, that there is no other solution. But education itself has a process. If we don't provide education in a proper way, then we cannot solve the problem. And what is the proper way? To provide education, there must be a student and an interested student, inquisitive student, and there must be a potent teacher who is expert in solving the questions, doubts. In today's era, the greatest difficulty is that we don't find, there are people, the world is filled with many problems, but people are not really interested in approaching a teacher to solve the problem. Or even if they approach a teacher, they have their own preconceptions of solution. You know. So inquiry process, when a student inquires, then teacher feels enthusiastic. Teacher feels inspired to answer the question. You know. So the inquiry leads to knowledge. So a student, an eager student, hungry student, what will he do? He will approach a master, teacher, and he will start inquiring. And that's what Krishna says, how to inquire. Tad vidhi pranipaten. First you have to pranipaten. Pranipaten means student should be humble. He should approach a teacher not in a challenging spirit. This is the first principle of inquiry. That the student should not approach the teacher in a challenging spirit. So what spirit? Inquiry, in the process of inquiry, there must be a proper spirit behind inquiry. That's what Lord Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita. So a student should know how to inquire. The first thing is that, first step in inquiry process is that You must have a problem which you want to solve. You must have a question which you want to know the answer. That is the first step. Eh? That is called hunger. There is hunger. And then you find a person who is qualified enough in that area of knowledge which you are seeking the answer, isn't it? You have to find out. And then you have to test him whether he is qualified or not. There are many people, like nowadays in social media, people are going for getting information. Suppose you want to get information on Ramayana, you type on Google and you get knowledge. Uh, and the first option comes which is maximum viewers, number of viewers. But that may not be qualified teacher who has got maximum number of viewers on Google, social media. You have to really do a lot of research. So find a qualified teacher, you know, and then approach him. Before asking inquiry, you test him. Once you are certain that yes, this person is qualified enough, competent enough to answer my questions, before that you can challenge him. Before you can challenge the teacher, you know. But once you accepted him that yes, this person is qualified enough, potent enough, competent enough to answer my question, once you have ascertained that, then you have to submit. You cannot keep challenging throughout your life. And then you have to listen very attentively. Even if you don't agree with the person, you have to ask question in a very humble way. I'm not saying that we should not ask question, but questions should be asked, but not in a challenging spirit, but in a spirit of humbleness. Humbleness. So that is the first principle, pranipatena. Second principle is pariprasnena. You approach a teacher and then he asks, oh, do you have any question? No, 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 I just came to see your face, sir. You look very good, sir. I just came because I wanted to see a very beautiful person. So I came. Do you have any question? No, sir, I don't have any question. Get out of here. Wasting my time and your time also. So when you go to a teacher, approach a teacher, second thing is that you have to ask question, means share your problem. Like go to a doctor, pay a fee, and then he asks, why have you come here? Oh, just came to see you. Why are you wasting my time? Get out of here. There are so many patients eager. So when we go to teacher, we should be fully prepared, well prepared, just like I'm here. I have come to give you seminar. So I have taken whole 1 day, 2 day time to prepare for this seminar. What I have to go and speak, isn't it? It's not that I came spontaneously and started speaking anything. No, there must be preparation. And not that only teacher has to prepare, even student should prepare. That tomorrow I am going to a class, what should I go to ask tomorrow? Before going to class, you should prepare, isn't it? So that is very important. So pariprasnena, what question I am going to ask tomorrow to my teacher? Eh? If you don't understand anything, if after the class, if I ask some question, do you have any question? People don't ask any question. Means there are two things. Either you have understood everything or you have understood nothing. If people don't ask any question, there are two possibilities. Either you did not understand anything or you have understood everything. Isn't it? So question is very, very important. Very important. So pariprasnena, that is second. And third is sevaya. Sevaya means you have to, if you get once you have asked question, teacher will give you answer. After the getting the answer, you have to assimilate the answer, assimilate the knowledge. Just like you go to a doctor, tell your disease, and then doctor gives you medicine, and then you come and throw your medicine. Will your disease get cured? No, sir. It will not get cured. You have to be responsible enough. You go to a doctor and you tell your disease, and then after your disease, you come back, and if you don't take medicine which doctor has prescribed to you, your disease will not get cured, sir. Even if you visit a doctor, and then you may blame doctor, doctor is useless. I went to him and I paid him money also, but my disease is not cured. He is a useless doctor. But you did not tell to the people what did you do. आपने क्या किया? आपने दवाई लिया क्या? ये नहीं बताया कि मैंने दवाई लिया ही नहीं. So similarly, when answers your question, then you have to accept that knowledge. Dear students, be very careful, very attentive, because this is the most important lesson in your life, and this is the most important topic in your life. If you understand this topic, you can be number one student in your college. This is Bhagavad Gita teaching, Lord Krishna is saying. So the teacher, when he gives the knowledge, how the student should receive the knowledge in his heart. How to receive the knowledge. One is how to give the knowledge. And another thing is how to receive the knowledge. We do not know. We have become a student. But do we have the quality of a student? We call we are a student. But then we should be having certain quality. A student have like 5 qualities of a student, you know. Vedic scripture says 5 quality of student. Alpahari, Swana Nidra, Bhagodhyanam, Bhagodhyanam, Swan Nidra, Alpahari, Mitbhasi. There are 5 qualities. Bhagodhyanam. What is Bhagodhyanam? Bagula, crane. You know the crane? He's very expert. He's so concentration. He's very attentive. He has to fly above the river, and for few just fraction of second, the fish will come out of water, and in that fraction of second only, while flying, he has to capture the fish. How much concentration is required? Similarly, when teacher speaks, how attentive you have to be. You are sitting in a class, you cannot sit with WhatsApp on. Then you'll miss what teacher is giving. So there is a lot of concentration students should have. And then we should receive that knowledge. Know how to receive the knowledge is a process. And then when you hear, teacher, very attentively you have to hear, very attentively. And when you hear it, even if you have heard, after 5 minutes you will forget, if you do not note it down. That's why notes making is very important. When you go to teacher, when you go to classroom, carry your notes. And then the moment he says something, immediately note it down. This is like a seed. Knowledge is compared to a seed. Knowledge compared to a seed. That seed you have to carry. The teacher, the word he says is seed. And so many seeds you bring, that is knowledge in your notebook. Isn't it? And then that knowledge notebook you bring, and then you have to, have you heard, आपने देखा है कोई गाय या भैंस या क्या करती है? खाना खा लेती है, ले लेती है. आप उसको भोजन खिलाएंगे, अंदर थैली होता है उसके शरीर का, अंदर डाल लेती है, और बाद में बैठ जाएगी, थोड़ा थोड़ा निकाल के उसको च्यू करती है. च्यू. You must have noticed, isn't it? जब खा रही होती उस समय नहीं चीव करती है ना? क्यों? क्योंकि उसके अंदर थैली है, वो पहले खा लेगी, ले लेगी सारा। जैसे जब आप क्लासरूम में जाओगे तो टीचर आपको बताएगा, आप उस समय नोट कर लेना। उस समय आप यू कैन नॉट चीव द नॉलेज, यू जस्ट नोट इट डाउन। लेटर व्हेन यू कम बैक टू योर रूम, take one point and then chew it. Why did he say like that? This point, why did he say? Why he said this? He was quoting the sloka from Bhagavad Gita. Which sloka he was quoting? Let me take Bhagavad Gita. Open Bhagavad Gita. See which sloka, his fourth chapter he was saying. Go to fourth chapter. That is the groundwork. Teacher will not tell. You have to do it, student. Isn't it? So that is called chewing. Why did he tell this point? What if I don't follow the teacher's advice? What will happen? That is called chewing, understanding develop. When you chew the knowledge notes, that is called contemplation. What is called? Contemplation. So first is you go to proper inquiry in the class, receive knowledge on notes, then contemplate after coming back, think over. That is called contemplation, mananam, contemplation. Then when you do sufficient contemplation, then understanding develops. And then when understanding develops, then you apply it seriously. And then what happens? Application leads to transformation. So that is called sevaya. Sevaya means the knowledge which we receive, we have to seva. Sevan. सेवन मतलब दवाई को सेवन करना है। डॉक्टर ने मेडिसिन दे दिया, प्रेस्क्राइब कर दिया कि 3 बार लेना है दिन में, तो 3 बार लेना है जाके। सेवया, सेवन कीजिए दवाई का, से मेडिसिन, टेक इट, यू नो, लाइक दैट। एंड व्हेन यू टेक इट, take the instruction, take the knowledge which teacher has given to you, then there will be transformation. Your problem, your doubt, your question, your difficulty will be sorted it out. So that is called inquiry. तद्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानम ज्ञानिनास तत्वदर्शिना. Then the self-realized soul, the expert teacher, he will help you. That's how taking full benefit of a knowledge. So the first point is that inquiry. When you have proper inquiry, make proper inquiry with proper spirit. Never forget the spirit. You are going to battlefield, you have weapon, but you don't have fighting spirit. Will you win the battle? No. You have weapon, you have battlefield, you have enemy, but you don't have spirit. You lose the battle. So similarly, when we are going to make inquiry, we have a proper spirit. And what is that spirit? Lord Krishna explains that spirit is tadvidhi pranipadena pariprasnena sevaya. And then if you do approach with proper inquiry and with proper spirit to a proper teacher, 3 things, then what will happen? You will achieve knowledge. That is the second thing. You get knowledge. And when you get knowledge, getting knowledge is not sufficient. I know I should not smoke. Everybody knows smoking is injurious for health. Everybody knows. Who doesn't know? Even the child knows that one should not take bribe. It's not good. It's illegal. But how many people are taking bribe? How many people are taking bribe? Even educated people, IAS officer are in jail. Why? Because they have knowledge, they give knowledge also to others, but they do not apply in their own life. So unless you do not apply the knowledge, you will not get any benefit. Rather than applying the knowledge, you misapply the knowledge. There is chance. And knowledge can be very dangerous also. Like you give AK-47 rifles in the hands of a monkey. You give powerful knowledge to a terrorist. What will he do? Terrorist comes in IIT and get all education, technical education, and then he'll go and make bomb. So therefore, a student should have proper spirit that how to use that knowledge. The character is very important. Character. And when he has proper knowledge and then he applies it in a proper way, then he proper action. Proper knowledge leads to proper action. And then what happens? Proper action leads to transformation of consciousness, transformation of character, transformation of personality. And when your personality is transformed, when your consciousness is transformed, when your character is transformed, and then that leads to happiness, that leads to satisfaction. Dear student, the biggest challenge of modern era is that more and more we are advancing in technology, science, so many things, but we have more and more new and newer technologies, facilities, and luxuries, latest methods of communications, and more we are getting all these gadgets, but then you see the statistics says that we are becoming more and more dissatisfied day by day. We have more knowledge nowadays available. In your fingertips you have all the knowledge. Google, everything is available. But then you have all dissatisfactions are growing day by day. Why? Why dissatisfaction? Because there is no transformation. So much information, but no transformation. What is the use of so much information? And so much information and so much deformation. Guided missiles, misguided people. Eh? You are producing guided missiles, but misguided people. Why? Why is it so? Because because we don't have proper knowledge. Hmm? We have so much knowledge, but not complete knowledge. Hmm? And we'll come to that very soon. You go to a dental college. And dental college, dental. Dental college, you go to library of the dental college. And in the library, there are thousands of books. In the dental college library, there are thousands of books. And all these books, what are they teaching? दांत कैसे ठीक करना है. एक दांत को ठीक करने के लिए आप हजारों किताब आपने लिख दिया. केवल दांत को, ताकि दांत में दर्द ना हो, ठीक से रहे. एंड देन जस्ट इमेजिन, ऐसे सारे बॉडी पार्ट्स का कितनी किताबें होंगी. How to cure the eyes, how to cure the teeth, how to cure the ear. This is inquiry. And you have filled the libraries with so many books also, isn't it? So much inquiry, so much knowledge, still people are dissatisfied and unhappy. Why? Hmm? Sometimes people think that we have, it's okay, don't worry. Sometimes people think that you will be very satisfied, happy if you get a lot of knowledge, lot of money, you get a big job, you get a big bungalow, you get a big car, you have beautiful women in my life, I'll be very happy. You are mistaken if you think like that. I say, how I am mistaken? How I am mistaken? The most successful people are the most frustrated people in the life. That's why we see many people commit suicide. Why? Because they have wealth, but they do not know how to handle the wealth. Just by having wealth, how to get money, how to get money, how to get money, how to get women, how to get www, www, women, wine, wealth. Do you think you will have a good health? No, sir. All of you can go through the video. We'll share the link of the video. What it says, there are many personalities in this video. They are very successful people. I'll just run the video. You can at least see these personality. You may identify them. No. There are some people, very successful people. You know, like Josh Radnor, actor, director, producer, and screenwriter. Lady Gaga, singer, songwriter, and actress. You must be aware about these famous personalities. Tony Hale, the actor. What are they saying in this video? They are saying that they got everything in their life. And they wanted to have all these things famous. They wanted to become famous and they became famous. They wanted wealth, they got wealth. They wanted all these things in life and they got it. But after they got it, they felt dissatisfaction in life. Why? Why they got dissatisfaction? आहार निद्रा भय मैथुनम सामान्य में एतत् पशुभि नराणाम ज्ञानम नराणाम अधिको विशेषो ज्ञानेन हीन पशुभि समानः. Eating, sleeping, sex and defense. These four principles are common to both human beings and animals. So what is the difference between human and animal, which human has as a human being? We have that, but animals do not have. What is that special thing? That is called inquire about the self. Jnane nahi na pasubhi samanam. Even if you are in a human body, you are only human when you make inquiry about the self. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Now it's time to inquire about absolute truth. So when you get human form of life, you should not only inquire how to get wealth, how to get money, how to get fame. That is okay. That is very important. We should inquire about it, but not only inquire about it. There are other departments of knowledge which are very, very important to all of us, very relevant to all of us, which we never think to inquire and go in that direction. We miss that dimension of life altogether throughout our life. And that's why, although having all these things, you saw the video that these personalities were sharing their experience in life that they were not happy because those things could not make them happy. Why? Because they could not inquire about truth, absolute truth, Brahma Jigyasa. Brahma Jigyasa. Brahma Jigyasa means asking right questions, not only questions about earning money. That is very important, one question, but also Vishwas. So there are two types of knowledge and therefore two types of inquiries. What is two types of inquiries? The first type is how to make livelihood. How to make livelihood. भूखे भजन न हो गोपाला, ये ले अपनी कंठी माला. भाई पेट में खाना नहीं है तो कैसे हम जिएंगे ही नहीं, उसी के लिए टेंशन लगा रहेगा. The first question, of course, is very important, is how to make livelihood, how to earn money, how to earn fame. Okay, very good. Sufficient money is required for life. So that is one question, one type of inquiry, how to make livelihood. And that's why we have opened so many universities, institutions, colleges, corporations. Purpose of making livelihood, how to make a livelihood. But the another question is how to make life. How to make livelihood? We are asking such inquiry, but how to make a life itself? You have made good livelihood, but not a life, dear sir. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 7.5, that there are two types of knowledge. One is apara vidya and another is para vidya. Apara vidya means how to make livelihood, and para vidya means how to make a life. Hmm? So usually I see some people, they are very good in inquiring about livelihood, but they don't inquire about life. So what problem will happen? Their life is imbalanced. So we make a perfect balance, both side, material life as well as spiritual life. Balance means what? Need a balance. If your life is not balanced, then what happens? Eh? What happens? Imbalance leads to accident. And so many accidents are happening. You go to news channel daily, so many accidents. I'm not talking all about car accidents only. Eh? If a student commits a suicide, that is all. That is also accident, isn't it? Why a student commits suicide? Hmm? An student who is such an intelligent boy, cracked toughest exam, enters in IIT. What happens to him that he takes such a drastic step? Hmm? And we lose such a talented personality, eh, who could have contributed so much to the world. What happened? What happens? I have come across many such cases from primary institutions students, because I am doing this guiding and counseling students from many institutions since last 15 years. And I will share you few cases that they have livelihood but not they don't know how to handle the life. Like one IAS officer, his video became viral. He committed suicide in Ghaziabad. He was IAS officer. Certainly he had livelihood, but he could not know how to make a life, because he could not get along with his wife. He could get along very nicely with IAS exam, but not with his wife. He could handle IAS exam, but he could not handle his wife, her emotions, family complications. Eh? You may have very good data processing ability. Eh? That computer also can do. But do you have good emotional processing ability? How to process emotions, how to handle emotions, how to handle family situations, how to handle pressure situations? Don't you think this is also very important department of knowledge which everyone should get educated, which everyone should inquire about? It is not important. Don't you all think? It's a very, very important, students. Otherwise, life will become imbalanced. That's why I was saying, in the process of making livelihood, you should not forget to make your life, isn't it? You are building bridges, you are building aeroplanes, you are building so many skyscraper buildings I can see from here. But but are you building your life? Hmm? You have tried to understand what is there on moon, but have you ever tried to understand what is there within your heart? What is there within your consciousness, in your mind? What you are thinking, is it right or wrong? You are trying to search water on moon. Right? That is very good. But have you tried to understand what kind of quality of thought you have within? Is it useful? Is it beneficial or harmful? Is it are you thinking eh, properly, positively? That is equally important. Rather, more important than going on moon is to know hmm, about yourself. Hmm. So if not happens, but well, life is not balanced, then what happens? Cafe Coffee Days owner Siddharth, you all know, VG Siddharth death. What went terribly wrong? In 2015, he had 7,800 crore property. 7,800 crore rupees property he had in 2015, and in 2019, he had minus 8,000 crore. Within 4 years, life changes like this. And then how will you handle such situation? And how you landed up in such situation? Because you you were intelligent enough to make 7,800, but you were not balanced enough to handle 7,800 crore rupees. Otherwise, I see some person get 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and he is very happy, celebrating. But he could not handle 7,800 crore. So sometimes we do not know how to handle the success. And then Buxar DMs, I explained you. So any number of achievement you can have, that is very good, but you have to build yourself. So there was a king, एक राजा था, है ना, वो जंगल में शिकार खेलने गया, तो उसके साथ मंत्री था, उसके पैर में कांटे चुभ गए, मंत्री को बोला, मंत्री, यस सर, मेरे पैर में कांटे चुभ गए, कल जब मैं दोबारा जंगल में आऊंगा शिकार खेलने, पूरे जंगल में कारपेट बिछा होना चाहिए। मंत्री बोला, यस सर। तो फिर क्या हुआ, अगले दिन जब आया देखा कारपेट नहीं बिछा था। मंत्री, जंगल में कारपेट क्यों नहीं बिछा है? कल तुमको बोला था मैंने कारपेट बिछा देना, पूरे जंगल में कांटे चुभते हैं पैर में। मंत्री ने सामने जूते रख दिए, बोले ये लीजिए। बोला नहीं, कारपेट बिछाओ। बोले महाराज, जंगल में कारपेट बिछाने का कोई फायदा है क्या? आपको कांटे से बचना है ना, कि जंगल को कांटे से बचाना है? तो आप अपने पैर के नीचे जो कारपेट रखो, जहां पैर रखोगे वहां कारपेट रहेगा नीचे, दैट्स ऑल। उसी तरह से we should not try to change the situations always around us, because you cannot change the whole world, but you can certainly change yourself. You should learn adaptability and that kind of inquiry, understanding about ourselves. So real and happiness and satisfaction comes by relationship. The clearest message that we get from this 75-year study is this: good relationship keeps us happier and healthier. In 1940, 1940, ईस्वी सन 1940, आज से 80 साल पहले, हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में, जब उस समय हम लोग का जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था, हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में एक रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट हुआ था, हैप्पीनेस प्रोजेक्ट। प्रोजेक्ट का गोल था, दिस इज द लास्ट पॉइंट विच आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस, हैप्पीनेस का प्रोजेक्ट था क्या, गोल था क्या प्रोजेक्ट का, ऑब्जेक्टिव था कि व्हाट मेक्स पीपल हैप्पी। वी वांट टू नो, साइंटिस्ट वांट टू नो, research scholars wants to know that what makes a person happy, what makes a person feel satisfied, and that was the goal of the research. And 758 people were selected for research. 758. Half of them were rich, half of them were poor, and throughout their life, from childhood till their death, their life was observed for 80 years. After 75 years of the research, means from 1940 to 2015, the research continued on these 720 people, and the conclusion of the research was that it's not the money, it's not the fame, it's not the wealth, it's not the luxury that makes one happy. Then what it makes one happy? After 75 years of research at Harvard University, by investing lakhs of dollars, they came to know that it is love, good relationship that keeps us healthier, happier. कितने साल के बाद? 75 साल के बाद, लाखों डॉलर इन्वेस्ट करने के बाद समझ में आया क्या? जो भारत के एक कवि ने बोल दिया, एक पोएम लिख दिया क्या? 2.5 अक्षर प्रेम का पढ़े से पंडित होए, पोथी पढ़ पढ़ जगुआ पंडित भयानक होए। भाई इतना पैसा क्यों बर्बाद करते हो? भारत में आके किसी कवि की कविता पढ़ लो भैया, हो जाएगा। उसको मान लो, एक्सेप्ट कर लो, समझ जाओ। नहीं नहीं, हम ऐसे नहीं समझते। हम तो घुमा फिरा के समझेंगे। नाक को सीधे नहीं पकड़ेंगे, तो ऐसे घुमा के पकड़ लिया, बहुत बहादुरी काम किया। नाक पकड़ सकते, नाक को घुमा के, बहुत टफ काम है, उन्होंने बड़े मेहनत से पकड़ा। भाई नाक को पकड़ना है या घुमा के पकड़ना है? सीधे सीधे पकड़ में आ रहा है। तो यही चीज जो है, हम भारत में से जब हमको कुछ समझाते हैं तो हम नहीं समझते हैं। वही जब वेस्ट से आता है थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेट करके, तो हम उसको बड़ा सीरियस ले लेते हैं। अमेरिका से आया है, इंडिया का ज्ञान भी अगर अमेरिका से आए, लोग उसको बहुत सीरियस लेते हैं, पैसा देते के खरीदते हैं। वही ज्ञान जो है अगर इंडिया का कोई व्यक्ति, नहीं नहीं इतना सीरियस नहीं है कि नहीं, यूएस मेड, like that. So happiness comes by relationship. We should learn how to get along with the people, and that's the conclusion here, is that spirituality and our ambitions are complementary to each other. We must have balance between our ambition and spiritual life, and we should invest time in building ourselves. Just like you invest time in building your livelihood, making your livelihood, so you also should invest some time in making your life. And for that, you can join our further courses. We have many seminars further. So, but certainly you have to give some time and energy. All of you dear students, I humbly request to all of you that come and attend further questions. Certainly this may not help you directly to earn your livelihood, earn money, but certainly it will help you in all departments of life. This kind of knowledge is equally important and very, very important. So thank you so much. I will stop here. If you have any question, I can take it up. Thank you.
Yeah.
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, अभी मैंने सभी को म्यूट कर रखा है, तो मैं आप सभी लोगों को अभी अनम्यूट कर रहा हूँ। जो भी प्रभु जी से जो भी कोई आपके मन में सवाल आ रहा हो तो आप पूछ सकते हैं।
क्वेश्चन आया है
और आई गेस किसी का क्वेश्चन है? हाँ, आप अनम्यूट करके पूछ सकते हैं प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, आवाज आ रही है?
यस यस, आई कैन हियर यू।
जी प्रभु जी, मेरा प्रश्न ऐसा था कि मैं भगवत गीता पढ़ने की कोशिश करता हूँ, पर नहीं पढ़ पाता एक्चुअली में।
What is the challenge?
चैलेंज कंसंट्रेशन नहीं कर पाता, यानी कि पढ़ने का मन ही नहीं लगता। एक्चुअली पढ़ते हैं एक पेज तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, मतलब एक श्लोक भी फिर उसको समझा नहीं जाता ऐसा।
Okay. Sometime what happens in life. Sometimes disease is very serious. है ना? So even doctor gives the medicine, but digestion system has become so worst that even cannot digest medicine. Liver has become so much diseased. So similarly, if this happens, that system has become so corrupt that it doesn't allow medicine also to enter, then situation is very serious. Then you need injection. Isn't it? You need external source. And sometimes, so that's why you all need support, help. Now, you need a guide. Alone, if you are not able to study, then come together. That's why we are starting a course, where you can discuss. Sometimes mind goes here and there when you alone study, but when you discuss, in a discussion, mind doesn't go here and there. So you can discuss, like interact with the same kind of people who are inquisitive, understanding Bhagavad Gita, and two people sit together and discuss from various angle. Then it becomes very easy to understand like that. So self-study becomes difficult. Then how to study? Through discussion in a group. Sometimes discussion helps a lot. Like, so you all can join our courses, and we have very good students who have performed very well in their academics also, and at the same time they are very good expert in Bhagavad Gita also. And they're your seniors, maybe your batchmates. So kindly accept our services. We will be very grateful to all of you. If you accept our service, we are here to serve all of you. This is our area. This is our service which we want to offer to the society. So we will be very, very obliged to all of you if you accept our service. I am very sure your problem will get solved if you join our course, have a discussion rather than self-study. Is that okay?
प्रभु जी एक और
And
सवाल चैट
gradually, once you
में
start understanding develops, then you'll find taste in reading Bhagavad Gita, and it becomes so tasty. And once something becomes tasty, then automatically develop concentration. Something is very tasty, concentration comes. Then you start deriving taste. Like Krishna says, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina raso varjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. When you start getting higher taste, attention automatically comes. Isn't it? Something you have interest, there is you feel attention, isn't it? Usually. And if topic of your interest is there, automatically people even 3 hours they are very attentive. 4 hours when there is some cricket match going on, isn't it? Especially IPL. 4 hours they can sit and watch, isn't it? Why? Because they have interest. But you give them Bhagavad Gita and tell them to read for 5 minutes. I cannot read. Why? Because there is no interest. So how interest will come? In the beginning, it should come through discussion. And then gradually, once you start getting interest, start getting taste, you will get interest also. Like that. Is that clear? Okay. Next question. How to handle situation? If we get scolded for the things that we have not done, that's how you become tough. Just everything needs preparation. When you design a machine, okay, you all very good in technology. I remember when we design some, building, or some project. When I was in construction engineering, I graduated from, post-graduated from IIT Delhi in 2004 in construction technology and management. After that, I got appointed in L&T. So there we had to design airport, So we were deciding what should be the height of foundation, So for that we have to find out, highest flood level. In the history, flood level, how highest flood level is maximum flood level goes, and our building should be above that, isn't it? Not that lowest flood level. So similarly, you design a machine for the highest load. You design a building for the highest possible load which the building has to carry, isn't it? Isn't it? So similarly, when you design your life, you should design it for the toughest situation it can encounter, isn't it? So what your question is that how to handle this toughest situation where somebody is criticizing you and shouting at you for no reason. You have not done some mistake for which you are being scolded. Yes. How to handle? It's very simple. Very simple. I will tell you one tips. Okay? What is the tip? Suppose you are a doctor. Okay? And you are going to a patient. Okay? And patient has cough. Cough problem. Khasi. जैसे डॉक्टर जाता है उसके पास, पेशेंट अपनी खांसी रोक नहीं पाता है, खांसता है और कफ जो है उसके मुंह से निकल के डॉक्टर के कपड़े पर जाकर गिर जाता है। डॉक्टर ने कोई गलती नहीं किया, फिर भी उसने कपड़ा गंदा कर दिया उसका, है ना। डॉक्टर क्या करेगा? गुस्सा होगा? क्या करेगा? भाई उसने काम ऐसा किया, खांस दिया। आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट? But doctor will not become angry. Why? Doctor will not become angry because doctor understand that this person is a diseased person. This person is diseased person. इसके अपने कंट्रोल में भी नहीं है कि ये कब क्या करता है। उसी तरह से जो व्यक्ति बिना गलती के आपको डांटता है, इसका मतलब ही इज ए डिजीज्ड पर्सन, इजंट इट? है? बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति गलती पे, बिना गलती के अगर कोई डांटता है, इसका मतलब क्या है? कि ही इज ए diseased person, mentally diseased person. So you should not become angry at him, rather than understand he's a diseased person, and then you should, हाँ गलती पे डांटे तो यू आर डिजीज्ड पर्सन, है ना। अगर गलती आपने किया और वो डांट रहा है तो यू आर डिजीज्ड पर्सन, एंड ही इज डॉक्टर, ही इज हेल्पिंग यू टू improve, isn't it? So do not try to prove, but try to improve. But if you are fine and he is scolding, means he is diseased person, so you should show compassion to him and tolerate, isn't it? Just like doctor is tolerating the patient, similarly you have to tolerate such a person in your life. This is the part of life. This is called misunderstanding. What is it called? Misunderstanding due to miscommunication. The person has misunderstood you, has misunderstood somehow or other because of miscommunication. So here you need to find out some way to improve your communication with the person. That can be the solution. And otherwise, we should sometime, situation in life is nothing but just you should build your muscles to tolerate, and that is your love for that person. Sometimes tolerating is very, very important. Sometimes even there is no solution. Like जब आप बच्चे में छोटे थे, जब छोटे थे तो मम्मी की गोद में टॉयलेट कर देते थे, isn't it? मम्मी को कपड़ा गंदा हो जाता था, उसको फिर से साफ करना, क्या करती थी मम्मी? टॉयलेट करती थी, है कि नहीं? या थप्पड़ से मारती थी, और थप्पड़ से मारे भी तो अगले दिन फिर से कर देंगे टॉयलेट। क्यों? क्योंकि उस समय बुद्धि इतनी डेवलप नहीं होती है। समटाइम देयर इज नो अदर सॉल्यूशन देन टू tolerate, and we should develop, you see, that's called viewpoint, world view. We should learn sometime to find pleasure in tolerating. It's a science, dear students. You should learn, this is a great science. You start finding pleasure in tolerating. In tough situation you feel more pleasure, you understand? But you have to build yourself like that. You find more happiness when situation becomes tough. Tough gets going. When going becomes tough, tough gets going, and with lot of happiness. When you ask tough question, I feel very happy, isn't it? Why? Because I love tough questions. That is an opportunity to help someone, isn't it? And what can be better than an opportunity to help someone, to express our love by tolerating someone in our life? That's what love he was talking, the relationship. You understand? That's what makes one happy in life. So this kind of muscles we need to build by how? By living with those people who have built their muscles, who see life from the different perspective. If you associate with such people, you'll also become like that. So whenever you feel low in your life, then have a what? Wife? No, guide. Guide. Sometimes people, when they are low in their life, they think that they should have a wife, or they should think they should have a knife, isn't it? No, you should have a guide who can guide you through that tough situation and take you out from that situation. And gradually, under such guidance, you become so strong that you yourself one day can guide so many other people, isn't it? By such guidance. So that is very important. Hare Krishna. Thank you. We'll stop here. I know there are many questions, but I will come to some other time to answer your other questions also. Thank you. Hare Krishna.